Hi, boys and girls. It's hard to see. All right. This is a female composer, and I am not going to try to say her last name because I don't know if I can pronounce it correctly. It's French. But her first name was Nadia, and her last name is Boulanger. She was born in France, 1887, and she died in 1979. She was a French composer and conductor. Famous as the most influential music teacher of the 20th century, who guided several generations of American composers. As a baby, Nadia hated music. Wow, it made her cry or hide under the piano. What a strange little girl we have, her father would say. Then, at age 3, she heard a fire siren outside the apartment and went to the piano to recreate the sound, and stayed at one piano or another for the next 89 years. Nadia's first music teacher was her mother, a former Russian princess who was very strict and a perfectionist. To force her to develop good posture, she tied Nadia to chairs when she was a baby. All her life, Nadia walked somewhat stiffly. By the age of 13, Nadia was performing on the organ and the piano, and at 17 she began teaching, supervising her younger sister Lily's education. Lily became a brilliant composer, the first woman to win the Prix de Rome, an important prize in music composition. When Lily died at the age of 24, Nadia, who got only as far as second place, gave up her own composing and concentrated on teaching to support herself and her mom. Women at that time in France were by law paid half as much as men for doing the same work. Nadia got around this by deciding to work twice as hard. Her classes and private lessons became legendary. She had a gift for making things she had said many times sound spontaneous and for giving each pupil close attention. As a teacher, she said, "My whole life is based on understanding others, not on making them understand me." Wow, that sounds like habit 5 right there. People started coming from all over the world. She had 2 grand pianos and 1 organ in rooms filled with fresh flowers. Over the fireplace was a white marble bust of her sister, Lily, and everywhere there were gifts from musician friends and thousands of music books covered in brown paper. In her bathroom was a giant metal bathtub you had to climb a ladder to get into. Nadia dressed and acted to look older than she was. She carried a big black leather satchel full of music, which students would vie to carry. She seldom smiled, but had expressive hands that could show any emotion. She wore a flowery perfume and adored exotic bath oils. They nicknamed her the Tender Tyrant. Nadia was not always popular. After a group class, students emerged so drained that they would file across the street to a cafe for coffee or beer, sitting in silence, not even saying goodbye when they left. So it sounds like she really tired her students out. One student recalls her saying only one nice thing to him in the whole 2 years he studied with her. On occasion, she would ridicule students and make them cry. She ate lunch during lessons, and pupils worried about whether her plate would slide onto the piano keys. Between lessons, she ate yogurt and took cat naps. She stayed up late writing letters. She wrote thousands each year. Every New Year's, she gave a costume ball with lavish food to which she invited her many famous friends. With electrifying energy, she worked well into her 80s, teaching, traveling, and touring. She never married. She didn't believe marriage and a career in the arts were compatible. Nadia loved rich foods and wouldn't stop eating it even when she lost her teeth. She swallowed chunks of food without chewing. Gross. She died at the age of 92 from a stomach blockage. Her own music was played at her funeral along with the music by Bach and her sister, Lily.